what's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just having a bit of a cry over some old letters.
Oh, it doesn't look like nothing.
No.
Can I get you something?
No, I could do with a sherry.
Sure. Are those Jim's letters?
Yes. No, actually, they're Anne's.
What's the problem?
Oh, family business. I don't want to go into it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Julie has a right to know, but she'll be devastated when she finds out. Hello, darling. I'm sorry to ring you so early.
Mum, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I just needed to hear your voice. I've finally got round to packing up Jim's things, his personal effects. I've been looking at some old photos, and quite a few with you and Anne. The two of you were so close.
Yes, best friends.
Well, it's funny how you forget things, but do you remember when she moved in with you before Julie was born?
Yes.
I presumed that they were having problems, but their marriage had always been rock solid until then.
Well, Mum, you know, relationships are hard. I mean, everyone has bad patches.
True, but I wondered if she had confided in you.
Oh, what about?
Well, as to why she left Jim for all those months.
Oh, Mum, that was so long ago.
Yes, I realise that.
Well, you knew Anne. I mean, she never gave much away. I do know that Jim wasn't too happy about her getting pregnant with Julie so soon after Paul.
Well, that's hardly cause for a young woman to leave her husband.
Well, there were other pressures. I remember she wanted Jim to leave his job. She didn't like the boss.
Oh, Roger Bannon.
Yeah, I think that was his name.
I seem to remember he was very fond of Anne.
Was he?
Oh, yes. She and Jim were very close friends with the Bannons. They always did everything together.
Once Jim went out on his own, their marriage seemed to get back on its feet.
Yes. Well, thank you, darling. I am so sorry to call you so early. I'll talk to you later.
That's okay. Take care, Mum. Look, I'm sorry I wasn't more help, darling.
Bye. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Box of letters are on the table.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. I'll let your gran know you've got them.
Thanks.
Oh, almost forgot one. There you
See ya.
go. Okay. Bye.
See ya.
Mrs. Martin?
Yes?
Ruby Lovejoy, from the agency. I believe your husband organised the booking.
Oh, yes, come in, come in. You're the new housekeeper.
My references.
Oh, I'm sure they won't be necessary.
Well, just as you like. A lot of people put a lot of time into those. I think you'll find I come highly recommended.
Oh, I'm sure they're fine. Well, I'll leave you to it, shall I?
You've never had domestic help before, have you?
Not lately. No, not exactly.
Then we should get a few ground rules straight before we start. The last thing we want is to get off on the wrong foot.
Morning.
Morning.
Ooh, I've got a splitting headache. Working today?
Yeah, why waste time? Look, Helen, do you reckon I was a bit tough with Gabby last night?
I don't want to say anything that might come between you and Gabby.
But?
But I do think that for a relationship to work, it does require a certain amount of mutual trust. You obviously feel that you didn't get that from Gabby.
No, I didn't. Thanks.
Who was at the door earlier?
Oh, Hannah. She popped in to pick up those letters you found. Apparently, Julie wanted to have a squiz.
You gave them to her?
Yeah. That was all right, wasn't it?
Yes, of course. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Well, what do you think of our Mrs. Lovejoy?
She seems very professional.
Oh, references are first rate.
I can see how she could be a bit intimidating.
Really? Oh, not for me. You know, it's funny. Somehow it immediately just felt right, giving orders. Guess you have to be born to it.
I guess so.
Julie,
Oh, hi, Gran.
are you going out, darling?
Yes, Pam and I are off to give the plastic a thrashing for something to wear to the races. Do you want to join us?
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Is anything the matter, Helen?
No, nothing.
You do look a bit of a sight, Gran.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you'll never guess what Philip did.
What?
He went ahead and hired a housekeeper. She's in there now. It's fabulous.
Oh, that's nice. Darling, Hannah came and took that box of letters earlier.
Yes, I've been reading them.
Have you?
Oh, they're great. So romantic. And what a find. They were written to my father by my mother.
Yes, Helen did mention them.
Well, I haven't finished reading them yet. I wondered if I could have them back.
Sure. I'll drop them over later when I've finished.
That would be great. Have fun with the shopping.
We'll try.
We'll talk later.
Yes.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm Mrs. Martin's grandmother, Helen Daniels. I live across the road.
Really?
Yes, I just popped in to pick up something, a family thing.
I'm afraid Mrs. Martin's not at home.
Yes, I know that. Look, I shan't be a minute.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you'll have to wait until either Mr. or Mrs. Martin return. I can't let strangers into the house.
But I'm not a stranger. I told you who I am.
But I don't know that, do
Oh,
I?
for heaven's sake.
I'm sorry, I have my duties. If you'll excuse me.
Oh, so sweet.
I'll be off, Mrs. Martin. There's a chicken in the oven. It'll need an hour or so.
All right. Thank you.
Ah, Mrs. Lovejoy, I presume.
That's correct, and you must be Mr. Martin.
That I am. It smells great in here.
Dinner's in the oven. I'm just off.
Fantastic. Well, Julie, how does it feel to be a lady of leisure?
Good.
I'm just going to go and see what's cooking. I'm starving.
I'll let myself out.
Bye, Mrs. Lovejoy.
Oh, Mrs. Martin is at home, I take it.
Yes, she is.
Thank you. Hello, darling.
Is this true?
I'm afraid so.
It says Dad wasn't my real father.
Yes, I know.
Have you always known?
No. Not until yesterday when I read that letter.
Why didn't you tell me straight away?
All I could think of was how upset you'd be.
Upset? You didn't mean me to read it, did you?
What's the point after all these years?
Gran, I have a right to know the truth. Well, how could it happen? Dad always seemed so happy. You're always saying what a wonderful marriage they had.
I know very little, apart from what's in that letter.
Gran, she was your daughter. You must know something.
I've been trying to fit the pieces together, but I'm not sure of the facts by any means.
Gran, tell me, please.